We're on top of the world. This is Go on Shaw TV. You're watching Go on Shaw TV. I'm Marjorie Greaves and I'm filling in for Mary Ruth Harris while she takes a 2-week vacation. Today we are venturing into Strathcona Park and we're going to go have a picnic at Paradise Meadows. And later on we're going to check in with the Wilderness Institute and just see what kind of programs and information they have for us. But first up, we're going to join Judy Murakami in Sims Creek Park and hear a wonderful harpist. You can visit rogerhelfrich.ca to find out more about his website. Coming up later, we're going to visit the Wilderness Institute to find out more about where we are and find out more information. In the meantime, I'm going to keep feeding the birds. But first, let's visit the boxing ring in Powell River. Joining me now is Charlene Cresswell from the Strathcona Wilderness Institute, or Wilderness Centre, and we're up at Paradise Meadows. What's going on here today? What happens at the Wilderness Centre?
We inspire awareness and education through our hut, which is just back there. It's just our visitor center, so people come to the park and they'll come inside and ask us questions like how far does it take to get to Crookshank Canyon, which is just some good points to find out about. People ask how long it takes to go through the meadows. So the Paradise Meadows is one of the most popular features. It has all the wildflowers and birds and different species. So
and people are coming from all over the world to come here, right?
Yeah, from Germany and Europe and just all over, which is nice. And they stop in and we ask them right away, where are you from? So we kind of find that out.
Nice. Now, there's quite an extensive program, right? You don't necessarily have to have hiking buddies in order to enjoy the great outdoors here, right?
Yeah, so my job is to design the programs. So each month we have programs for guests to sign up for. So this Saturday we have the All About Owls with the MARS, which is the Mountain Avian Rescue Society for birds in Comox Valley, and they're going to do a presentation on owls, and it's open for the public to come and enjoy that presentation. So
and there's also long
like
walks
that.
too, right?
Yeah, so hikes. We have one coming up next, not this Saturday, the next one, to Panther Lake, and our summer intern's going to lead that one, so he'll take people out on an 8-hour hike and take them to these areas, and sometimes it will just be a few people, and it's really like a nice intimate hike, and you don't really need to expect to be with a whole bunch of people you get to know them there. So
right, and you get to learn as well, right?
Yeah.
You learn about our surroundings.
Yeah, exactly. Sometimes we'll tell people about the history of the park while we're hiking, and they can ask questions, and like, what bird do you hear in the background, and we'll try to answer it the best we can, or what flowers down there.
Right.
So it works really well.
Now there's something about, once we know what we're looking at, there's something about, well, we really get to appreciate what we're looking at, right?
Yeah, exactly. And you get to learn about the species that are around you, which I think is really important, something that our ancestors once learned, so which is something we need to bring back.
Right. What's your favorite part of what you do?
My favorite part, just educating people. I really enjoy that. So that's kind of one thing. After I graduated, I kind of wanted to start educating and teach people about nature. So I'm going to be doing the ethnobotany walk. So that's going to be one of my chances to do that. So
nice.
Which is really good.
Right. Well, you couldn't have a better office.
Yeah, exactly.
Right. Well, thanks very much for joining us today. Coming up next, we're going to take you to Saratoga Speedway, and we're going to hook up with a stock car driver who doesn't have the word limitation in his vocabulary. Take a look. On any Saturday night, you can pretty well guarantee that you'll see Dwight Backen at Saratoga Speedway. Coming up later, we're going to chat with a volunteer at Strathcona Wilderness Institute, and she's going to tell us all about Paradise Meadows. But first, let's take a break. So here we are in the Wilderness Centre, and joining me now is volunteer, I guess you're a volunteer, right? Brenda Geddes. What goes on here in the Wilderness Centre?
Well, there's lots of things that go on in the Wilderness Centre. Basically, it's an information center, and we educate people about the park. Many times they want maps. They want to know a little bit about the trails. sometimes just questions about the park, those kinds of things.
It's a really important resource, right? Because people are coming here and they've never been here before, and this is a great place to start, right?
Definitely. Strathcona Wilderness Park is a huge park, and I think it's really important that there is an information center. And prior to this, there was not. And so this is a really important resource in the community, and it's all been because of passionate people that live in the area, that care about parks, and it's all been built by volunteers, it's staffed by volunteers, and the materials were donated by volunteers.
Wow, that's really impressive, and that passion really, you can feel it here, right?
Definitely, yeah. We get a lot of, lots of people access this information center. There's local people, people from Vancouver Island, people from Canada, lots of international visitors. And the other thing too that's important is once in a while we have search and rescue. And although we're not, that's separate, but sometimes this is used as a base for that as well.
Very important.
So a safety issue.
Very important. Now, one thing that caught my eye is you have a really good used book collection here.
Yes, we do now. And also that money that we raise from selling the books goes back into the center. And also we have some locally made maps. We have calendars now that are of the park. And so it's all fundraising things to help keep the center open, as well as it educates people too.
Great. Well, thanks very much for joining me today. It shows that you just love your work.
Okay, well, thank you.
Great. And coming up next, we're going to go to the Campbell River Art Gallery and see what the latest exhibition is there. I think it's called Like the Back of My Hand. You're watching Go on Shaw TV, and today we are in beautiful Paradise Meadows in Strathcona Park. Couldn't have picked a better day for it. And we're probably about halfway around the Paradise Meadows right now, and it's great because it's about 3 kilometers, a nice, gentle, easy walk, and it's accessible for all. Coming up after the break, we go to a piece called Habitat for Humanity by Franco Noviello. You're watching Go on Shaw TV. What a beautiful day we've had to walk around Paradise Meadows and Strathcona Park, and just to take the time to breathe the mountain air and look at the little flowers and the little plants, and what a thrill it was to have the birds eat right out of my hand. Coming up next is a wonderful little piece about the Millard-Piercy watershed. That about wraps up our show for this week on Go. And we've had a wonderful time walking around Paradise Meadows and Strathcona Park. Be sure to check out their website. There is plenty of good hiking to be had well into October. In the meantime, you can follow us on Facebook. We love it when you like us. For Go on Shaw TV, I'm Marjorie Greaves.